Ah, what the hell? Let's do it. Oh, a character select screen. Alright. I'll go with the Giga Chat. Hell yeah. Oh, some loot. Alright. This game seems good so far. Let me head inside. Oh, an enemy encounter already. Alright, let's do... Wait, what? Have you ever thought, what would happen if someone took Resident Evil's survival horror elements, Silent Hill symbolism, and Berserk's, everything, and put them into a game? Fear and Hunger is a weird chimera child that you would get out of that process. Fear and Hunger is a role-playing game developed by a one-man team. What role will you be playing? The victim, of course. On the surface, it might look like a box standard game made on the RPG Maker engine, but trust me, this game goes way deep. The player can pick one of 4 characters to venture into the depths of the dungeon of Fear and Hunger. You have Timothy Chalamet, a mercenary out for gold, glory, and spice. E-girl, a female knight trying to find and rescue her discard sugar daddy. I should really get someone to edit my scripts. A female knight trying to find and rescue her Discord sugar daddy from the depths of the dungeon. Conan the Barbarian, an absolutely based starting character. Based on what? Based on the sick-ass trick shots, son. And finally, you have muscle atrophy. What having dinner without YouTube does to an MF. You start in a courtyard outside the dungeon, and from here you have several options. You can enter the main gate, and then die. Enter the side gate, and then proceed to die. Or just sit there and do nothing at all, and then still proceed to die.
What the dog doing?
Now when I tell you this game doesn't give a damn about you, I really mean it. Around every corner is a new enemy, new trap, and a new way to see your character brutally murdered, or worse. Now, I won't show any of this without a censor bar because I'm not interested in getting sent to the YouTube gulag, but let's just say that this game gets dark and violent really quick. The number 1 cause of death in this game is death in combat. You see, the combat in Fear and Hunger is kind of unique. What the Wikipedia article for this game calls the turn-based strategic dismember combat system, rolls off the tongue, I know, allows different body parts of enemies to be targeted. Big guy shooting you with arrows? Just hack off his arms. Tired of being called a manlet? Bring enemies to their knees by targeting their legs. Getting hit by attacks that shave off half your HP?
Oh my god!
Just restart your save and retry the encounter, bro. What the player should aim to do in combat is target enemy heads for that coveted insta-kill. But, as enemies tend to shuffle and fail around, you need to go for their legs so you don't miss the attack. Unlike the old saying, rules for thee but not for me, enemies can do the exact same thing. An enemy with a cleaver or a sharp weapon will happily target your limbs such as arms and legs to cut them off. If you get any of your limbs cut off, then that's it. No magic spray or the likes can get it back. Zip, nada, done. This adds a strategic depth to the combat and forces the player to think about every move carefully in combat. Wait, this game is set in England? Huh. No wonder everyone here looks like that.
I live in Smethwick, Birmingham. If you want the fucking brawl, come down Smethwick, ask for Danny G. I'll come out of my house and I'll break your fucking leg.
With the dungeon being this perilous, players should take any advantage they can get whenever they can get them. It's expected that you will die over and over again and restart runs all the time. But the player can maximize their chances of survival by learning more about how the dungeon and the game works. Fear and Hunger is less of an RPG and more fun of those memory games where you have to flip cards and match pairs. Alright, so it's this and this. Yay! And this and this. What? Using the knowledge you gained in previous runs, you can optimize your path and avoid all the unfair deaths the game throws at you. Let's just say jumping blindly into pits isn't really great for your legs. Enemy weaknesses, locations of helpful items, and shortcuts can be used to reach deeper into the dungeon while taking minimal losses. It's better to experience the game by yourself, but I'll just give you some helpful tips to save you time if you do choose to play the game. This dog in the cave loves rotten meat. Yum yum. Give it to him. Run from literally every combat encounter, especially if you start the game as the mercenary. There's no XP or level ups in this game, so it's fine to avoid enemies. Don't jump down pits blindly. Never. And finally, if something feels like a bad idea, it probably is a bad idea.
Excuse me, I need your help. You need to kill me.
To increase your chances of survival, it's important to buddy up. Characters can be met and recruited into the party to help deliver more attacks to enemy limbs in combat. But the more attacks you can perform, the more mouths that you have to feed. See, for some reason, characters in your party consume food like a pack of grazing cows. So, you need to stock up on food by searching every single container you come across for food and other items. Speaking of items, it's probably wise to treat your party like a company, and your party members like disposable assets. Running out of resources or one of your party members turned into a vegetable after getting their limbs cut off? Get rid of them by sacrificing them to the elder gods. Merge them into an abomination with another party member through a profane ritual, or, if they're under the age of 10, sell them to this friendly looking cat merchant. Hey, I'm sure you'll be safe with him, kiddo. Take care. Also, what is it with this game and having terrible things happen to this little girl that you can recruit? It's like years of not being able to kill kids in games have turned us into apathetic monsters whenever we see children in a game.
Hey, I can almost see right down the barrel.
As you could probably tell by the gameplay footage that I've been using this far, this game looks really weird. And trust me, it is. Fear and Hunger belongs to the genre that I would like to call shit as f***, yo. It's one of those worlds where everything that could have went wrong did go wrong. Curses, mad gods, and exposed genitals galore. What is the story and lore about? Well, first of all, it all starts with the cube.
The cube.
And then, I don't really know, but what I do know is that Fear and Hunger is highly reminiscent of games like Dark Souls and Bloodborne. It's like Dark Souls because of its deep world with a lot of dark and depressing lore for the player to uncover through character dialogue, environmental details, and books scattered across the game. It also shares Dark Souls' kinda pessimistic, kinda hopeful tone. Why do we struggle? Why do we go on? Why the hell did I choose to cover a game where I have to censor half of the goddamn video? Fear and Hunger also reminds me of Bloodborne, especially how the world starts off as already twisted, with you fighting disfigured guards and stuff, until the halfway point, where it's revealed that there are eldritch forces at play that are slowly, but surely, influencing your actions and the world at large. But that's enough about the story. If you're a fan of Souls games and media like Berserk, I recommend you go into this game blind.
Then touch the darkness within me.
Survival horror is kind of a broad category that can't be defined easily. What are we surviving here exactly? Are you surviving being handed a limited amount of resources? Or are resources not a problem and what you're surviving here is a dark and terrible world? Whatever the definition is, I believe Fear and Hunger is one of the best survival horror games released in the past decade. Despite the game being made by one guy, the attention to detail and fun systems that encourage replayability that the survival horror genre is known for are all present in this game. So, should you play Fear and Hunger? Hell yeah! Should you subscribe to my channel? Of course.